Welcome everybody, it's Diorama Don here once more, and in this thrilling episode we'll be attempting to make a World War I trench system. I've seen a number of YouTube modelers making trench systems, and I think the best way is this idea of a cutout. So you're looking down the end of the trench there. So I've made this shape of the trench itself from polystyrene. So it costs very little just to make the basics of it, and the rest will be cardboard. So once we've got the initial shape, once we've actually got the trench, then we can start making it look a little bit more trench-like. So with this corrugated card that I use, I've used it in other projects, but there'll be a line of corrugated iron on either side of the trench like that. And then what I've done is, with another piece of card, cut out all the slats and the slat supports that will go down vertically. So once I've got them marked out, then I can cut them, cut a groove along the line of each slat, and take out a couple of broken pieces that may have been rotted away or knocked out for some reason, so that when that is behind there, you can see that that's showing the construction of the trench, with the corrugated iron behind there, and then the slats going horizontally. So that's the idea of the sides of the trench like that. And then the duckboard is pretty much the same thing. So again, 3mm cardboard, and then cut all these grooves all the way along, but every so often just cut out where it may not be quite as uniform as the others. So it'll be something like that. That will be the basic shape of it, something like that. So I've got to paint the corrugated paper card to a sort of a rusty kind of finish, and then do the other side of this, which will look similar to that, and then we'll take it from there. There'll be sandbags this side, and then this side, which is the side where they go over the top that way, a couple of broken trees and a muddy area with barbed wire, and a kind of step system along the side there, and then enclose the ends. So that will be the premise then of the project. So I'll get on and do the other one of these, the other side. It's basically the same principle that I made the barn with. Rather than having separate pieces of wood or whatever, then just use one sizable piece, and then cut grooves in it to make it look as though it's a panelled, if you know what I mean. Okay, I'll get on and do that and put it all together, and come back and see how we get on. Just a quick update then. I stuck the panels of corrugated iron on the sides of the trench. I made them just a little bit weathered, although it doesn't matter because you won't see very much of them anyway. But they're in place. Then with the sides, I made a little walkway on one side and put these supports, but I gave it a coat of wall filler, but quite a rough finish, so that when it dried it was rough to the finish. Then just a simple coat of black and white paint, and then dabbed that off as it went on. And then, because of all the highlights from the wall filler, I was able then with a white dry brush to pick out the highlights. So I think that looks pretty convincing as the side of a trench there. So that will, well, I did the same with the duckboard at the bottom, so that will go in there. I'll just stick that in, and that's the other side without the walkway. That will just lie there, and this will sit there. So that will make the trench. And you can just about see the corrugated sheets behind. So then, with a series of pieces of cardboard, there'll be one that goes on top there, one there, one either side there, and then obviously I'll cut this away so that you can see down the trench either side there. So that will make up the actual trench. This will be mud either side, with a lot of what do you call them? What you call sandbags either side, and barbed wire and broken trees, what have you. So there we are. That's the actual trench done. And though I say it myself, I think that's turned out pretty well. Yeah, pleased with that. So I'll carry on sticking my bits of cardboard on, and we'll see how we go from there. Okay, so here we are. I put those pieces of cardboard all around and made the cutout there, so that it's a cross section across the trench. The mud is mud. It's from my garden. I sifted some peat from like a grow bag, so that it was like a very fine black soil. Then mixed that with some sand and copious amounts of PVA glue, and it makes it into a very realistic mud consistency. So and that's dry as rock hard. It's an excellent way of modelling mud by using mud. The trees are 3/8 balsa diameter wood, and I just snapped the end off to make it look as though they're trees blown away, and then stuck them onto the cardboard, and then a rough coat of wall filler, and then paint them a wood colour, a tree colour. So that's how I did that. The ladder is barbecue sticks and cocktail sticks, so pretty self-explanatory really. Now then, the barbed wire and the sandbags. I have made a video in the past of how I make my barbed wire. It's the first time I've actually made sandbags, but because of the involvement of them, I will make it'll be my next video. So if you did want to know how to make barbed wire and sandbags, it will be my next video. That will be the subject. So there you go. But otherwise, that is a finished project now. And I must say, of all the 60 videos that I've made now in the last 5 months, I think this has turned out to be the best that I've done. I know there are people looking at this and say that's the best you've done. But as far as I'm concerned, I think it turned out pretty well. I'm more pleased with this than any other video that I've made, any other diorama that I have made in other videos. So there you are. One World War I trench, and it's just cardboard. That's all. All this is cardboard. Front, sides, back, mud from the garden. As I say, I'll show you how I do barbed wire and sandbags. 3/8 diameter balsa wood, and that's all. So not any expense at all. Probably $2 or $3, £1 or £2, and that's all. That's all it cost me. But all in all, very pleasing project. If you've enjoyed it as much as I have, then please click that subscribe button. Getting very near my my target figure now. In the meantime, is that slip that? Oh, I didn't mean that for that to slip down. In the meantime, the next video will be, like I say, sandbags and barbed wire. Until then, have a go yourself. So happy modelling.